Liza.
I'm Miles.
And I'm Nikki.
And you're listening to our podcast, LiNiMi.
Today we're going to be talking about the new Spider-Man film, Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah, so just a disclaimer, real quickly, we aren't English, so our English might not be the best, and if we say something wrong, deal with it, we don't care. And this is also going to contain spoilers, because we're going to talk about the movie, pretty obvious if you ask me, so let's get started.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to discuss a few things. We're going to talk about the story, we're going to talk about the characters, some quotes, some scenes that we really liked. We're going to talk about the future, what after this movie, and we're going to do like a little conclusion, like what did we think of the movie, what is our review, to be really cool about it, and then the end.
Yeah.
So, the story. Let's do a quick recap of what we've already seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, like, Spider-Man first gets introduced in, Captain America Civil War.
Civil War.
Good movie, loved it.
Yes.
And then we get, like, this scene, and then there's, like little, like, people filmed him on the street, and Tony Stark, like the genius he is, finds him. Because, like, that's possible or something.
Hey, Sherlock. Yeah, he's Sherlock, remember?
Yeah, Sherlock. And then they find him, and then he gives him, like, a super epic suit.
Yeah.
And then they fight together for, like, no reason.
It was weird, yeah.
It
It was a movie. Let's just
Like, I didn't
keep
even
it at
care.
that.
Like, the fighting was cool, you know?
That's all I care about.
It was.
But, so he gets this new suit, and then in Spider-Man Homecoming, he's basically trying to be Peter Parker and Spider-Man at the same time. And he gets, like, this new suit, and has, like, these new web shooters and stuff, and there's this really funny scene where he's trying out the web shooters while there's the big bad guys in front of him.
That was
So yeah, that happens, and then Infinity War and Endgame, the two most depressive movies of all time.
very depressing.
Yeah, very.
Yeah.
3 hours of depression. It's just...
Yeah. So, after Endgame, Stark is dead. R.I.P.
Slay!
Yeah, very fun.
Very bad.
Yeah.
So, Far From Home.
Jake Gyllenhaal was there.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't remember Far From Home.
He was in Venice, I remember, and he was
yeah,
like
yeah,
fighting with the water.
The drones.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
drones.
he wanted to be, like, just a normal school kid and just go with, like, math.
Yeah, yeah.
Something.
It was something like that. He
And-
just wanted to
and
be a
then they
normal
traveled
boy.
the
Smart
world
people.
because, like, why not?
Why not?
You know,
Yeah.
it makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
And then eventually, like, Nick Fury is trying to get him to, like,
Save the
shield
world again?
people
Yeah.
and, like, save the world. And he's like, no, I just want to go to school.
Like, bitch, you've been
And-
to space!
And
then there is something with, they're fighting like drones. Because, you know, Mysterio turns out to be the bad guy.
no. That's the end of
Yeah,
the
I
movie.
know!
I don't remember
the whole
it.
movie.
We're doing a quick recap. Okay?
We're not, like, going through the entire film.
So, he ends up being a bad guy, and then he, at the end of Far From Home, he's like, Spider-Man's real name is Peter Parker! And then everybody's like,
Yeah.
oh my
And it
god,
shows,
what?
like, the worst picture of it.
Yeah, it was like a really
It
big
haunts me in my sleep.
Yeah.
Like, that's the one picture you have, like, you have to take at school. You
Yeah,
know?
or your driver's license or something like
Where
that.
you're, like, smiling.
But not really.
smiling.
You're like Mona Lisa-ing.
Yeah. Okay, so then we also have just a little quick recap of Doctor Strange, because he's also in this movie. He is like a sorcerer.
Sorcerer Supreme, or...
He was until he like
Yeah.
blipped, and then he came back.
And then Wong is Sorcerer Supreme. I love Wong.
Wong is great.
In Doctor Strange, he's a surgeon, and then he loses
His
hands
get shaky after
injured and
he
stuff.
gets into a car accident, and then after that he's going to find like, well, I want to heal my hands because he found like
I could have done this better.
Legs, and then he goes to like a really random place in like I don't know where.
I thought it was India or something.
I think it's India. Something.
And
then he studies magic and he becomes like really epic.
He's like a wizard now.
Yeah.
You're a wizard, Steven.
You're a wizard, Steven.
And a quick thing about Into the Spider-Verse, it's an animated movie, and it stars Miles Morales as the main Spider-Man character. That's like the first place where we get kind of introduced into the Spider-Verse, where there are multiple Spider-Men. So I think that's a bit of a... If you've watched that movie, it can help understand the
I
new
haven't
one.
watched it, though.
Hey?
No, you're the only one!
It was really good, so
still haven't
I
watched
recommend you watch it if
Okay.
you want to know a bit more about that.
Alright, so the actual movie, what's it about?
It's
Wait,
about...
do we also want to
No?
talk about like non-Marvel Spider-Man movies?
Oh, the older ones? Or
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield.
I only watched the Tobey Maguire ones,
Spoiler.
though.
I haven't seen the ones with Tobey Maguire. I have seen
Tobey Maguire? Okay,
The
so
one
I've
with-
watched all of them, and you...
I've only watched the Tobey
only-
Maguire
yeah,
ones.
and you have only watched Andrew Garfield
and Tom Holland.
Yeah.
and Tom Holland.
too, yeah.
But we've all seen those because we're talking.
We're talking about yeah.
Okay, should we... I can just give, like, a really short...
Let's do that when they.
When they get introduced, like in the
Yeah,
film.
Yeah, okay.
So
yeah.
the movie starts out with almost the same scene.
That
where,
Far From Home ended with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
where you're like, oh my god, it's Spider-Man!
It's
and
Peter
then,
Parker!
You know, like the exact same scene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it starts with that.
And then they like leave. They like MJ and it's yeah. I constantly want to call him Tom Holland,
Yeah.
but it's Peter Parker. But it's really confusing.
It's a Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Tom
but
Holland, yeah.
yeah.
Good
You
enough.
get the point.
Spider-Man 3, the young one.
Young one. And then they like flee the public and stuff, and I believe there is a scene with where he's in like the apartment
With Matt Murdock?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Loved him.
And then, he doesn't have to go to like jail and stuff, and then Matt Murdock is just like there, and then he says like, "I'm a really good lawyer."
Yeah, when he catches like a big brick.
Oh, it was so good.
It was
Like-
such a funny scene.
We went with school and like everyone was
Was
like
clapping.
clapping. It was
Screaming. It was amazing.
so amazing.
Okay, and then I believe there is something with him wanting to go to MIT.
Oh,
Yeah, and then
Once
Ned
the-
and MJ wanted to go too,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
they couldn't go because they were friends with Spider-Man / were Spider-Man, so...
Yeah, so then he went to Doctor Strange and was like, "Yo, can you make everybody forget that I'm
Spider-Man, yeah.
Yeah.
So he can just have a normal life and go to MIT.
And his
with
friends can go
you know?
too,
Yeah,
yes.
and his friends can go too, which is the most important part about it.
Yeah,
for him.
that's why he's doing all this,
Yeah.
because he
Yes.
wants to go... he wants to let his friend go to MIT,
Yeah. And then Doctor Strange is like, "This is why I never had kids." And I thought, just
Yes.
his outfit is just.
Oh,
I
it's
believe he was
amazing.
like
Wearing-
holding a mug,
And they're like
with,
wearing a big puffer jacket.
Yeah, it was great. And so he does like this spell thing where he's like making a spell in the air and
It's like
really
really
cool.
big rings
Yeah,
around
like,
him.
He's like writing the spell, and then Peter. I also want to call him Tom Holland.
We
now.
could!
We could. Let's just call him Tom Holland,
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield,
And Tobey Maguire, yeah.
So it doesn't
Could be
get
easier.
Okay, so then Tom is like,
But wait, can you make this
yeah,
person
can
remember
you-
me?
Yeah, can you make this exception and that exception and that exception, and then it just gets too much.
And the spell like breaks.
Yeah, breaks exactly.
And then I believe Strange puts it in like a box.
Yeah, it puts it
Yeah,
in the box
he
to keep
puts
it contained.
He puts
Yeah.
it in like a little box so it won't do anything, but like I think for the time it was open.
It opened something, yeah.
Yeah.
Like some creatures were able to get in.
Yeah,
some villains were able to get in.
Yeah, and then you get like a scene where he's like driving or something with Dr. Ock.
Yeah, he was like going to the woman who...
The woman, yeah. From MIT.
From MIT. And
to
it was
be
like...
able to get into MIT.
Yeah, it was going to talk to her, like, please give my friends a second chance for letting them in and so. And after that, like, Doc Ock appears with his big four walking things.
And I believe he does something with nanotech.
Yeah,
he's
with his
able
suit.
to take over the nanotech. But then Spider-Man is like... No, you like Uno reverse.
Yeah, because like
it's like
the big claw grabs Spider-Man's suit and like it engulfs the suit engulfs the arms and like Spider-Man can control it now with Bluetooth or something.
I don't know.
I thought it said Bluetooth.
Like,
it was really funny.
All the science stuff. I was watching it. I was like, yes, nanotech
makes
sure.
sense.
Yeah, totally. And there is this one scene where he's like talking about, talking to Doc Ock. And I felt such like the Peter Parker essence in that scene that he was talking with like the little screen in his jacket.
Yeah.
I felt like that was such a Peter Parker moment. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Scene. And then there's this Green Goblin guy who just shows up looking like an absolute alien.
Whoop! He just drops in.
I love Green Goblin.
He was great.
He's so funny.
I mean, I love Willem Dafoe. He's a great man.
He's a great actor. Okay, so then there are like another bunch of villains introduced.
Yeah, like the electricity guy.
Electro, that's from The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yes, from... oh my god, Andrew Garfield's universe, right? Yeah.
And then you have Dr. Curtis Connor, like the lizard guy.
Lizard guy, and Sand guy.
One. The Sand guy, are there any more? I don't think so. Norman Osborn then.
Yeah, but that was Green Goblin.
Green Goblin and Doc Ock, and then you have like these little cells.
Yeah, like... yeah.